What is up, Pyromaniacs? Pyrostasis here. We are back in the world of Elite Dangerous, and we've got a brand new ship here. This ship, well, I was hoping to give you guys a slightly better view. I really wish you could like move around in this angle. That would make me very happy because then I could show this thing off. This is a holler. We had upgraded the other day to... Oh god, it's not an asp, but for some reason I want to call it an asp. I honestly don't remember the name of the ship. It was something with an A, I think. If you watched the last video, you'll know. However, the mining stuff, mining is very, very lucrative. The problem that I have with mining is it's like mind-numbingly boring, but it's not so mind-numbingly boring that you can like fully zone out, if you know what I mean. Like when you're playing Diablo 3, unless you're playing hardcore, you can like turn your mind off and do something completely else in like your head, like watch a movie or, you know, I don't know, vigorously masturbate or whatever it is you do while you play games and don't really want to pay attention. The problem with mining is you have to keep up with the timing of the asteroid. You got to keep up with you know, your positioning, gotta make sure you don't bounce off the asteroid, gotta make sure a pirate doesn't show up and frag your ass, and you know, there's all that stuff that just kind of makes you pay just enough attention to where you want to peel your own face off with a cheese grater. So, I mean, you know, you can make a lot of money if you're patient and willing to do that, but I've gotten a little bored with it. So, I did make about damn near 300,000 bucks, I want to say, maybe a little more than that. And I was looking at getting into exploration because for those of you guys who've been watching my channel for a while, you know I'm a bit of a Trekkie, so I like space. I've been a big sci-fi buff my whole life, and one of my first video games that I ever played was Privateer. It was a space exploration game, not unlike this one, where you basically have the whole galaxy to roam around and do whatever the hell you want, which is something that's always appealed to me. But the nice thing about Elite Dangerous is the graphics are beautiful, and what's really odd is, you know, and I didn't figure this out till recently, which is, I guess, kind of stupid of me, but, you know, I read science fiction pretty much exclusively. And they always talk about these star systems. You know, we're over here in Ophiuchi, or we're over here in Cygnus, or blah, 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 or wherever. And I always thought they just made that shit up, but apparently it's all real places. It's all real places. Which is kind of cool because, you know, it's like I get to go to a place that I read about in a book, even though, you know, it's not the same place because, you know, it's a book, but it's kind of cool. So I figured, fuck it, we're going to go and explore, and there's a few places I want to go see. The problem is I don't quite have the ship and the funding yet to get there. Some of the stuff I'm missing, I may be able to show you guys now. Oh, yeah, all right, let's do this. Buy and equip. I need the, where is it? First off, I need a auto field maintenance unit. This will allow me to repair some damage in flight. That's pretty critical when you're going to be, you know, 2,000, 3,000 light years away from the nearest station, you know. So definitely don't want to get stuck out in the middle of nowhere with no, with no way to repair yourself. You know, it could be really bad. Another thing we want is the detailed surface scanner. What this does is it allows you to actually get a little bit more detail about the cartographical, astronomical things that you're scanning. The better detail you get, obviously, the more information you can get. And this thing can actually detect stuff that's nearby that, you know, you may not be able to see, so you don't have to get too close to it. Whereas with apparently with just the normal scanner, you kind of got to just figure shit out, which is what we'll be doing tonight. So I kind of played around with it. It was a little frustrating because everybody's like, well, just get the Cobra, bro. Well, you know, the Cobra is like 375,000 bucks, and that's just for the ship. And then if you're going to fit it with all the good stuff that you need, you're going to need, you know, an additional, I don't know, 200 to 300K at least. I looked at one of the ones that everybody says is really good is the ASP. Sapphire Group. Yeah. Do it. I don't care. Shipyard. Where is it? I don't know if they have it here. They probably don't. Yeah. Oh, the ASP right here. This is one of the ones that they really recommend for having to do all your stuff. But as you can see, it's 6.6 million. So definitely not going to have that. Some people recommended the Eagle, but the problem with the Eagle is to fit it to do what we're wanting to do. You basically have to strip the shields off of it, and if you get interdicted, you're pretty much boned. which is not something I really want to deal with. Why does this say reload? What did I put on you? What in the hell needs a reloading? I'm a little confused. I have nothing on me that can shoot. Why would I want to reload something? I mean, it's a pulse laser, but that's a laser, man. It doesn't... What are you going to put light into it? I'm just going to stick light into this laser. Anyway, so let's kind of go over what I've done with the ship here. We are going to be leaving. I'm going to try and get at least 1,000 light years away and then come back. We're going to check out a few of the places that I have read about in my novels or in science fiction. A lot of them are really, really close, so we may only check out 1 or 2 of them. And then we're going to move to... I'm going to try and find a nebula. Then we're going to try and find either a supernova or a black hole. I don't think I'll actually be able to see a supernova. Problem with supernovas is, for those of you guys who don't know how space works, I'm going to drop a little knowledge on you, bro. Supernovas obviously are when a star explodes. Usually what happens with a star is, you know, it's born and it's doing its fusion or fission or whatever the hell you want to call it. And over life, it burns through its fuel. So it gets denser and denser and denser as it burns its fuel. So I believe it starts burning hydrogen, then it moves to helium, and then, you know, eventually its core becomes solid iron and is just too much to resist, and then it implodes, and then it explodes, and you know, you got everything going. Well, sorry, implodes, and everything goes out. Well, from here, you know, if something's 2,000 light years away, we can detect that it's, you know, maybe getting close to an explosion, but it's 2,000 light years away, which means 2,000 years ago it was close to an explosion. So if I go there now, it's done exploded, and at that point it's probably a nebula or, you know, whatever. If I were to actually witness a supernova, which pretty sure is impossible, at least in this game, my little ship would be gone. So black holes are in the game. I've seen some videos where people were able to drop out of frame shift and actually take a look at the damn thing, as much as you can take a look at a black hole. I'm a little scared to do that, especially, you know, when you're as far away as we're going to be, because, you know, if you blow up and you lose all your I believe you lose all your cartographical data, which would really suck anus. Pulsars. I would really like to check out pulsars, but I don't know if they're in game or if they exist. So some of those things is what we're going to take a look at. So let's go ahead and pull up the minimap. I want to go ahead and, well, not the minimap, the giant freaking space map. This is where we are. We're currently in Salabamba. Sorry, I just couldn't help myself. Sol is around here somewhere. Let me show you guys Sol. Sol, for those of you guys who don't know, is where is it? There we go. Sol is the name of our actual system. It's where life starts. That's where we are right now. This is home. This is Earth. Will be... Here, I'll pull it up real quick. You're going to see our actual solar system here. So Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. There's the asteroid belts. You've got Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, and then Charon, which I guess is something beyond Pluto. I guess I got out of school. When I was in school, there was Pluto, and Pluto was a planet. And then after I got out of school, they were like, bitch, Pluto ain't no planet. And so they took Pluto away. And then apparently they've brought Pluto back. And I guess Charon's something else beyond outside of, what do you call it, Pluto. Now, one thing that's kind of interesting, actually, Charon may be a moon of Pluto, now that I'm thinking about it. I seem to recall. Which is kind of weird. You can see that Pluto is 0.0022 Earth masses. That's pretty small in comparison to us. So this really is just like a zit on like the solar scale. It is tiny. So we're actually gonna go and we're gonna go pay a visit probably eventually to the Sol system, and we're gonna do some flybys because I want to actually go see what Pluto looks like. Probably, you know, obviously I know it's not what Pluto looks like, but you know, I'm a nerd, so deal. And I honestly don't know how to get out of this without completely canceling it. Okay, so that's some of the stuff that we're going to look at. I wanted to show you guys the full map so you guys, those of you who aren't familiar with Elite and Dangerous, can kind of get a feel for this game. So this is the Milky Way galaxy. They do not have, as far as I know, multiple galaxies in the game. This is quite enough. I don't know how accurate this is. I'm assuming it's at least semi-accurate. I mean, we are talking about like 4 billion star systems, so obviously at some point in time, not everything is going to have been discovered and or named, or, you know, whatever. Maybe everything's discovered, but just with robotic names. Who knows? I don't know. They'll be able to tell you if you want to go into detail. That being said, pretty much all of the stuff that is known is out here. Also, in the very dead center, for those of you guys who don't know, and we will be going here eventually once we get a better ship. This is the galactic core. And in the very center of the galactic core is, let's see if I can find it. It's Sagittarius A, I believe. Can I find it? Is it going to point me to it? Yes. Right here. This is the dead center of the Milky Way galaxy. We theorize that this is a extremely dense black hole. This right here, this little bad mamma jamma, is basically what everything else in our universe, well, not in our universe, in our galaxy orbits. So this thing is so badass that it is actually affecting things that are way the fuck out here. That's how badass that little thing is. It gives you guys kind of a feel for that. I mean, that's pretty. I mean, when you think about it, that's pretty impressive. That's pretty impressive. So we are over here in this little kind of outer wing. And if you zoom in, you can start seeing there's these little places like we've got the Horsehead Nebula, we've got Orion Dark Region, Orion Nebula, Barnard's Loop, and then we've got the Witchhead Nebula. Now these are all cool places, but the problem that we run into initially is finding these. I'm still learning how to use this map, by the way, so I apologize if I'm doing something wrong. Feel free to leave a tip in the comment section below and I will take a look. This is Barnard's Loop, okay? This is one of the nebulas, I guess, that is fairly close to our area. Now, I'm not seeing any systems in here. Shit. I need to find something here for us to... let's do Horsehead, maybe? Whoops. There we go. Please tell me I can find something here. Let's switch to realistic. Is there seriously nothing here? What is this right over here? Running Man sector. Anyways, this will work. I'm having a hard time finding stuff. I have found stuff in some of these. Okay, there's the Orion sector. Some of them are working. I'm not sure why I'm having such a hard time finding things in these nebulas, but it's just not my day. Anyways, okay, so this right here is 1,444 light years from where we're located. That's a long ways. If you were to see this light, light is over a millennia old. That's crazy. So you can see right here, if we click on route, it's unavailable. That means there's no way for me to plot on how to get here with the computer. You know, I can't just say, hey, make it so, number one, and we end up there. And the reason behind that is my ship has a certain max distance, and that max distance is, well, it's pretty much what affects us. So we want to head out in basically this general direction. So the problem is I can't actually get here because, you know, we don't have the juice. Wait, there's no way. There's no way it just plotted a route here. What the hell? Did we just plot? No. I think that's a bug. Because I've had that happen before where you accidentally cursor over something out here and it, you know, it's got, what do you call it? It shows up positive, like it's smart enough to figure it out. But there's no actual way. It sits there and computes for a minute and it can't do it. So we want to get from here, we want to get roughly in this general area. So Messier is going to be a little closer. That's 1,600. Let's look at this one. That one's going to be what? 1,657. So we're going to need to come in quite a bit. This is also the Horsehead Nebula, which is closer, but that's still 1,588. So we need to get significantly closer. So we're going to zoom in. Here's the Orion Nebula. There's the Witchhead Neb. I've overshot. No. Here we go. So let's zoom in here. And let's pick something that's kind of distance. Now that's 533 light years. That's pretty far. That's a pretty good distance right here. You can see Sol's down there. We're way up there. No, we're not. Where the hell are we? We're over in that area. So let's go ahead and see if this will let me. I'm going to select it, and we're going to plot a route. We're going to see if it'll let me. Bam, it does. So you can see there's our route right there. Look at all those jumps. That's a lot of jumps. Now this is going to get us about a third of the way to one of those nebulas. And in all honesty, we're kind of heading in the wrong direction in some aspects. I'm trying to turn it so you guys can see. If you look at it from this standpoint, which is kind of hard to see. Damn it, Bobby. The nebulas are actually further down on the plane, and I'm actually kind of going up when I should probably go down. But we're going to get moved out in this direction, and we're going to see what happens. So let's go ahead and undock. We're going to go ahead and take a run. Once again, if you're going to do this, make sure you have a basic discovery scanner at least, because, you know, obviously without that, you're not going to be scanning shit. And then make sure you have the biggest fuel tank you can get. Shield systems, definitely good. Get your best frame shift drive you can afford. Good power distributor and power plant are good. I'm getting a shield cell bank. Never used this before. I don't know exactly how it works. From what I understand, it basically charges up and it allows you to like basically dump straight into the core. So like if your shields get depleted, you use that thing and apparently wham bam, your shields they basically either instantly recharge or they're extended. I'm not sure which it is. Either way, it should work. Now the problem is we are in a holler, and a holler is quite possibly, it's designed for trade. It is not designed for exploration. But it has a pretty decent jump route of, I think ours is about somewhere between 16 and 19 light years, which isn't bad. I mean, it's not great. It's not going to win me any awards, but it's definitely going to be better than some of the other stuff. The other nice thing is one of the other ones that they recommended was the Eagle. The problem with the Eagle is, like I said earlier, is if you use the Eagle, you've basically got to strip everything out of it, including the shield generator, to make it work, from what I understand. And the Eagle's basically a fighter. It is the smallest ship, from what I understand, that is frame shift compatible, which means it's basically the spaceship equivalent of a crotch rocket. So if anything hits you, you are a goose spot on the ground. Like, just, you're dead. You're absolutely dead. And we don't want that. We don't really want to die. We don't like dying. Dying is bad. Dying, you know, makes Mama Pyro cry. So we definitely don't want to do that. And then you can see in the bottom right hand corner, you can see where my fuel is. I believe that blue is how much fuel I'm going to use getting to this location.
Frame shift drive charging.
Now we're jumping 9.3 light years. Not quite sure why we're only jumping 9.3 as opposed to our full 19. It's possible that there is nothing else in range. When I selected this path, I didn't select, what do you want to call it?
Engage.
I don't believe I selected any qualifying stuff on the galactic menu, which I'll show you guys here in a second. Now, I'm going to try and show you, I don't know if this star that we're going to drop out is going to let me, but we'll find out here in just a second. Okay, brake left. Okay, definitely want to get a little distance, and you can see I'm fuel scooping right now. The nice thing about the fuel scoop is it allows me to basically resupply my fuel out here, which is awesome.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
The problem is you have to fly close to the star, and in case you guys haven't noticed, I'm not real good at that. All right, let's drop down in speed. Let me find where the damn star is. All right, brake. All right. I'm going to try and get to where I can just easily skim the atmosphere here. Now, I should be able to get close enough to where I don't actually burn up and we actually get some fuel. So you can see we're at 94% and increasing. That's not good. 97, 98. There we go. We're holding at 98-ish. There we go. And basically we just skim like
Fuel
this.
scooping complete.
Fuel scooping complete, or... Oh, we're full. Good. So there are different fuel scoops you can get. The different scoops will obviously give you better pull, you know. So while you're farming the old sun here or whatever, you'll get more and more per second, which allows you to be quicker. But the base one that's only 359 credits gets the job done. And you really don't need anything else other than that. So it's kind of up to you. You know, if you want to be lazy, then you're going to want to spend more. If you don't really care about speed, then get the basic one, and you can just learn to fly at the right angle, which is what I'm going to have to learn how to do. One thing I wanted to show you guys real quick before we get here, if we go to navigation, we have the option of doing the economical route or the fastest route. I'm going to select the fastest route. And I don't know if that's going to actually change my route any. Good God. That is a lot of damn jumps. We're still going. Jesus. Damn, that's hateful. Okay, so let's click on it again. Let it come on in. We're just picking some random place at 500. There we go. We've recalculated. I don't know if that's going to do anything different. One other thing I want to flip around and do real quick. And I've been traveling it several times the speed of light. You can see this is unexplored right here. It's at 559 light seconds. We're going to want to stop and explore everything along this little journey here. The reason why is that's basically why we're out here. So unexplored, what that basically means is I've never been here and I don't have the information for it. So if I highlight the planet like I just did, we let it do its stuff. You can see in the bottom left-hand corner, we're scanning. And I forgot to show you guys beforehand, but that just pulled up the central star, or whatever we jumped to. So we've now scanned that, and that is now in our cartography bank. If I flip over here and we go down to system map, I should now see something in the system map. You can see who was first discovered it is Ballador. Now, a couple things could have happened here. One, I just don't have a good enough scanner to scan the little stuff out, which is definitely possible. The way you can get around that, supposedly, is kind of just drive around and hope you find something. We're not really going to worry about that because you could roam around out here in 360 degrees of hell for pretty much ever, and I just don't want to, honestly just don't want to mess with it. So for us, we're just going to get right back going along our trip. If I can figure out, oh yeah, see that little blue circle there? That's your max fuel, by the way. It's kind of cool. I have a hard time getting that damn thing to pop up half the time. Where was our trip? Right there. All right, we need to reselect this. Reselect, reroute. There we go. I haven't figured out yet how to cycle back and forth from a waypoint target and a planet. Oh, see right here? We got an unidentified signal source. Most likely that's not a planet, but there might be a planet nearby. So I could probably scan that and figure out what it is, maybe? I don't know. We're not going to bother with it. We're going to stick with stars and just basically burn through our little area. I'm going to get about 500 light years away, and then we're going to come back and we're going to sell everything. And then I'm hoping at that point we'll make a couple $100 grand, and I'll be able to either upgrade my ship or afford the, what do you call it?
2, 1, engage.
Be able to afford the better scanner, which will allow me to basically scan everything in a pretty decent distance around me once we unlock the star, and it'll keep me from having to do a lot of guesswork, which I don't do real well with. Don't do real well with at all. Okay. Now, one other thing that I want to point out, not all stars are mineable, or scoopable, I guess I should say. Some of them are, some of them aren't. Ooh. Okay, now we're dropping. Okay, turn into
Fuel
it.
scoop disengaged.
Turn back around. I've gotten too far away. Let's slow our heat
Fuel
speed
scooping
down just a bit. A little close. There we go. Yep, yep. Getting a little hot. There we go. We're cooling off now. There we go. Coming back in. So I'd like to keep it at about 98. And about 8 a second. That seems to be about the sweet spot. There we go. Filling that fuel up. Now, the other thing you got to realize is hanging around these planets like this, you are at a greater chance of being interdicted as well. So, by NPCs or by players. So, the longer you hang around a star, the more likely you are to get popped by one of these assholes. So, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Also, you want to be careful. You don't want to get too close to these things and burn up. You get up about 150, 160 heat, and you're going to start taking hull damage. And bad things happen. Not good things. Not good things at all. Come on, fill up.
Fuel scooping complete.
All right, we're going to brake real fast. And I'm going to lock onto this planet. You can see this planet has not been explored, I don't think. There we go. Scanning it. Pull up the system map real quick. You can see there's a second star here. We get it? We got it. Okay, let's get away. Now there is another star out here somewhere. Where is she?
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Thank you. I saw her just a second ago. Where is she? Unidentified signal source, nav beacon. Damn it. I saw it a second ago. That's the problem with this, is I wasn't paying attention to exactly where she was. Is that her? No, it's a nav beacon. There she is. Right there? That also looks like a planet, though. So we're going to kick it into high gear real quick. That's an awful big source for just a... I guess it is just a beacon. Go figure. I figured it might be the star. I don't know how close these two stars are together. I kind of wanted to explore both of them. But if I don't see her here, I'm going to do another quick 360. I don't think I'm going to find one. And if I pull up my local contacts... I can see some of these other things nearby, like Ravi. There's a couple unidentified signal sources. If I go over to system map, this one right here is Wolf 59. This one's unexplored, so I don't know what it is, but I do know Bolotov Dock orbits it. So what I can do is I can go near Bolotov Dock. So let's lock in that destination, and let's head in that direction. We'll kick our speed up a little bit. Curious what that is. Louis Digby. Oh, okay. I'm pulling somebody out of the sky. Outstanding. So here we're heading out into deep space. It'd be kind of cool if I could scan some of these guys. It's kind of cool. Mostly harmless. Mostly. Now, I don't have anything out here to lock onto other than that station, which obviously I can't hit from here. So it keeps locking on to somebody else that I guess is in frame shift with me. If I had a frame shift interdictor, I could go ahead and interdict this guy, I guess. I haven't figured out that little frame shift minigame yet. As soon as I figure that out, I will do a video on that to help you guys out. And once I get my ship upgraded a little bit, I will give you guys a full video on how to effectively do the research and such. At the moment, man, Type 6 transporter, that thing can haul like a boss. Wouldn't mind having one of those. That guy's wanted. Holy shit, dude! I could yank him out of space and get a bounty on him. You know, of course, if I wasn't flying a hauler that had absolutely no freaking weapons at all whatsoever. Oh, Jesus Christ. We are traveling at 84 times the speed of light. That is absolutely ridiculous. We're accelerating at max throttle, Probably going to hit 300 or 400 times the speed of light by the time we get close enough to this place. Either way, we're going to skip ahead real quick until we get there. And actually, you know what? This video's kind of been dragging on long enough. We're at 30 minutes. We're going to continue this adventure. A lot of it's probably going to be off camera. I will show you guys probably the highlights of any cool things I find as I drive around in my explorations. But I'll show you guys once we get a little bit further along. So anyways, hopefully you guys are enjoying this series. If you do, please slap that like button. Make sure you subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next clip.